Hello and welcome to DTCC Season 9. Let me mute that because I can hear that. Fine. This is the first round of Season 9 and we're at Laguna Seca. I think for the first time since Season 2 maybe, which was quite a contentious ending to the feature race. But we are back. And we are back with new cars, a similar format to previous seasons. But we will start with something I think new for DTCC. We will start with a red flag situation. So we'll just quickly run through that before we get the main race. And we'll show you what happened. But first of all, we'll do our usual grid walk. So first race of the season, as per usual, we are in the Group 4s and Group 3s. So let's have a look down at the grid. So all the drivers are in different cars this season, which is now a mandated rule that the drivers cannot repeat pick their manufacturer. So everyone's got a different manufacturer for their Group 3s and Group 4s. Same rules though as per usual, that in Group 4s it's a one-shot qualifying, so the drivers will get one lap, and then the top 5 go to the back of the grid in reverse order. So 6th in practice, in qualifying. So therefore on pole is Dan, is Nissan. So he's gone for Nissan this season. And then second on the grid is Mike in his Ferrari. So he's back in Ferrari, which I think he was in season 7 maybe. And he's still, let's have a look, still rocking his Riccardo Patrese lid. Even got a 1979-1980 sponsor on it as well. Very nice. Alright, so moving on down, then we've got James, who's in the Lambo. So he swapped with Alex, who was in the Lambo previously. So James is third on the grid in his Lambo. Then Wayne is fourth on the grid in McLaren. So he's gone for McLaren. I see a few people join the stream. A good evening to everyone. Hope everyone's doing fine on a blustery Tuesday evening. I'm just going to send the link to my mum and dad because they always like watching. There we go. Do that there. No, that's the wrong link. There's me walking and talking badly. Let's try that again. Oh, this is so seamless, isn't it? Let's copy that link. Copy link. There we go. Boom. Right. So, yeah. We have Wayne in fourth in his McLaren. Okay, very nice. In a bit of a Brawn GP-esque livery, that one. Then, fifth on the grid, we have Jack in his Scooby. So, as per every season we do now, the drivers get to pick their manufacturer in reverse order from their average number of points per round the previous season. So the driver who scored the least points per round gets to pick first, and so on to the champion, Chris, who gets to pick last. So each of the drivers get to pick which manufacturer they like, and obviously as we go down, supposedly all the good ones go early, and left with the not so good ones for the top drivers to pick. But it doesn't always happen in that order. So I think it's sixth. Where are we? Are we on end of row 3? Yes, we are. So sixth is Pat, who's joined us fresh this season. He was our livery adjudicator in season 8. He's now joined us on the grid, and he's gone for a BMW. He had Toyota as his first choice, and then we had a redraft because the game decided to change all the balance of performance settings, and Wayne decided to trade out his Toyota for a BMW, which could be significant, and we'll see why when we get further down the field. So there's Miga back in her beloved Porsche. So she's back in the Porsche for season 9, and then in the Aston, this is where my memory is going to fail me. Who's got the Fernando Alonso? That is Sam. So skips that in the Aston. Very nice livery. He's downloaded there. And as per usual, we've got the 3 points and 1 point bonus point for first and second judged best liveries. So those who've done their own can get bonus points. Then in the Jag is Chris Rains, who was third in the championship, and he's in a very fast Jag. He is fourth from the back. Then Matt, who originally had Lexus as his pick. Hey Pat, good evening. But his teammate swapped out Toyota for BMW, and no one else wanted to swap their car. So Matt has swapped his Lexus for a Toyota, so that should be interesting. Then second quickest in qualifying, very good result, is Alex, Rapid Alex, in his Rapid Corvette. So he's in the Corvette for this season. And then our usual fastest in qualifying, this time in an Alpha, is Chris Pengelly. So that is our grid. Get to watch now. So as I said, we had a very unusual event in DTCC, which I think might be the first in history. I don't think we've seen this before. We had a red flag, and it happened at turn 1, and this is what happens. So let's watch the start of this one. Here we go. So Dan's on pole, will lead us away. So this is quite a laggy lobby, unfortunately, so the cars will be skipping around a bit. Now if we go back and we look at Chris, we see Chris gets onto the dirt, harpoons Matt, and Matt, oh, it's hard to keep such a way that everyone's gone. Chris goes off, and then Matt has disappeared. There he is. And we'll watch that again from Matt's perspective. So Chris comes across, and Matt gets pushed across the sand, and then wipes out Jack, pushes Dan off, and you can see a lot of drivers are already building sandcastles in turn 1. Let's just see if we can watch that again. So, oh, that was a good view. Hopefully it will show us that one again. To say, it looks like Chris got a little bit of a tap into the grass here. You see, we'll try and go alongside the Jag. The Jag gives a little bit of a nerf, and then Matt gets punted across the grass and then just comes across the entire field and wipes out half of them. So for that reason, we had a red flag. Let's just watch it one more time from Matt's perspective. Let's go back a bit from the start. So it all looks quite orderly. So we've got Chris here. If we go from his roof cam, you see he get just the slightest of taps. He then comes spearing into Matt, who's going to go screaming across the sand, and it takes out half the field. So that was why we had a red flag situation, the first in DTC's history, I think. So the grid was reformed. I'm going to have to go back all the way through. The grid was reformed, and we started that race again. So take 2. So same grid order, it was just a complete restart. And we go to the front and watch the lights. So Dan again will lead us away. 15 minutes of racing. So here we go, the first lap proper, and Dan gets a good start. Full drive, Nissan getting away well. So does Jack though. Jack gets a screamer. Already up to second now as we go into turn 1. It looks like he might even make a move. Oh, he's going to try and get down the inside. Dan is a very laggy lobby, as I said. So there's quite a lot of contact with drivers not able to really see each other. Oh, who's got that? Pat's gone off. Pat has gone, I don't know if he was nerfed or gone wide, but he gives a nice spin turn though. So Jack is a leader, look at that. He's had a screamer of a, let's go back and see how he took the lead. I think he just out-dragged. Let's watch a little bit of contact there. Yeah, he just nerfed the Nissan a little bit wide. So Jack from about 4th or 5th on the grid is now leading. There we see Pat go wide. Then we've got Mike making a stellar start. Oh, actually he was on 2nd anyway, so he's actually been passed by Jack. So Mike's down in 3rd. So if we go into turn, well, we turn officially turn 4. And then turn 5 up the hill. So Jack is leading from Dan. Mike's in 3rd. We got a battle here between Carly and Litchell's GPs are already up from the back into 6th place. We go up the hill, so let's stay on this pack. This is where it gets tight. Carly and Wayne are battling, but they all managed to get through. Looks like the Little's GP now is making a move up the inside of Wayne. So Little's GP is up to 5th. Wayne's down to 6th. Alex has also made a really good start up to 7th from the back of the grid, but he's just been passed by Skips, who's just got down the inside of him. And then Chris is in 9th. He's had a reasonable start. Matt is in 10th. Then we got Pat. Oh, Pat's gone wide, and James obviously had a problem at the start as well. So James and Pat in 11th and 12th. So as we come out of the last corner, Jack is going to take it across the line, but it looks like Mike is going to get a run on the oh, I forgot, I've not remapped my joysticks. Let's remember that. Right, so Mike has taken the lead as we go into turn 1. Is Jack going to make a move down the inside as we go through? No, he doesn't. So Mike is into the lead in that Ferrari. We know that Ferrari is quick, and Mike is quick. Danny is in 3rd now, and Little's GP has already made his way up to 4th. Then we got Wayne and Alex having a bit of a battle there, with Chris right behind them, Matt right behind Chris, having a look inside the Jag. As we go through these fast sweeping corners with nasty sausage curbs on the apexes, which makes it very tricky indeed. So Sam is up to 5th. Always getting a bit of a knock from Wayne there, but I think that's probably all just lag. It looks like Alex is going to make a move down the inside, is he? That'd be brave through there. Yes, he does though. Oh, I think it was defended from Chris. Chris has gone a little bit wide, and Matt has snuck up the inside. So Chris is down to 9th. Matt's up to 8th. And the Casio sponsored. Oh, bang, up to 7th now, because Alex looks like he's gone a bit wide there. Matt breaks himself into the corkscrew. So Alex has dropped down to 8th. Matt's up to 7th. Wayne's still holding firm in 6th. Sam in 5th. We'll run through the tyres in a bit, but it looks like Chris is now making a move on the inside of Dan. Yes, he does. So Chris is now up to 3rd. I was like to chat saying, hi Matthew, sorry late. That's fine, we've only just started. Right, so across the line we go, end of lap 2 already. And Mike is leading in the Ferrari, just set fastest lap, which you kind of expect because it's the end of lap 2 and he's leading. Oh, we got a battle here. Oh, looks like Skips has tried to make a move down the inside of the Alpha, but overshot it. Let's have a quick watch of that again. I think Chris saw that coming. So we go in car with Sam. Yeah, look at that. He just skirts his way past. Let's have a look behind. So Dan going to get a move on the Alpha, the Jag, Aston. I'll get it right eventually. It looks like he's got it done. And forward with the Aston. We've got to look at that. The Aston just. Look at the acceleration on the Aston, the grunt as it comes out of these slower corners. But Dan's through, and up ahead we've got Little's GP now chasing Jack down. Little's GP's on the softs, Jack's on the medium, so this should be pretty easy. So Jack is defending as we go into, I think, turn 6. Jack defending the inside, that's allowing Dan to get, oh, Dan's overtaking off track. Well, Stuart didn't catch that one, that looked a little bit illegal. So Dan has made a move down the inside of the Alpha. Looks like the Alpha's going to come. Look at this scrap going on here. So Jack's doing a great job, and Chris tries to make a move down the inside, but doesn't quite make it into the left-hander, now into the banked right. And he just sweeps around the outside. Very nice. Look at this lot though, as we come into the last corner, and they're all getting ready for a bit of a skirmish. Oh, that looks like very tight there, 3 abreast into a tight left-hand hairpin. They all managed to stay on track. Ahead we got Sam and Dan having a drag race. Sam's now trying to get down the outside. Can he do it into, I think, a fishy turn 2, Andretti hairpin? Dan makes a late move, gives Jack a knock, and payback for turn 1. And behind him we've got, oh, the Jag gets sideways, but look at that, Jack is still defending. Dan's trying to go around the outside of turn 3. That's tricky, that is, but I think he might have done it. Still showing Jack as ahead. I want to go back and see what's going on further down the field. This is cracking racing here. Now we've got Sam. So Dan was attacking Jack, and he's now having to defend against Sam. It looks like he'll try go around the outside to turn 5. Gives him room though. And then we've got Wayne now wanting to get involved. Let's see what's going on with Wayne. Come up the hill. That's this scary corner. He's got him. Look at that. Nicely done by Wayne. And if we look behind us, we've got Union Jack coming up the inside. I think he's going to get us to the corkscrew. Yes, he does. Alex is looking to make a nibble as well, and Sam's gone wide. Sam has gone wide. Where's Sam gone? So Sam's dropped down to 9th. And all the time we've got this fierce battle going on. Looks like Alex and Jack have got together, and Jack's gone round. Now that was a lag problem. We know that one. James saying evening all. Good evening, James. So that was really unfortunate for Jack. The lag, as saying, in the lobby was quite bad, and Alex and Jack made contact. Alex, from his point of view, was miles away. So whilst all that's going on, Mike is still leading. Got a few car lengths ahead of. In fact, it's a reasonable lead now. Let's have a look. Yeah, 4 or 5 seconds ahead of the Alpha. Wayne has managed to get himself up to 3rd now, so Wayne doing a great job in the McLaren his first time out. And showering up the sand is Chris in his Jag, managed to avoid most of the carnage. Oh, was that Wayne running wide? No, putting a wheel on the dirt. So then Alex we've got in 5th, and you've got Matt right behind him in 6th. So Matt's on softs, so is Alex. We'll keep an eye on the tyres. And Dan is in 7th, and he's good because he's got Sam still trying to get past as we go up the hill. Side by side they go, both managed to get through. Oh, there's a yellow flag though, who's that for? Oh, it's Wayne. Wayne must have gone wide. Is that going to give Sam a chance to get through as we go through the corkscrew? So look at this, the famous Laguna Seca corkscrew. Wayne's still trying to get dirt off his tyres. That might let Sam try and go around the outside. You can see him skipping, literally. The skipster is skipping. Still fighting, look at that. These two hanging around the outside. Oh, Sam. Probably a lag, little tap there with Wayne, pushes Wayne down. So Wayne's gone from 3rd down to 8th in a couple of corners. That's how easy it is to do here. So James is up to 9th. Then we've got a battle here between Carly and Pat. Porsche versus BMW. Let's see what goes on between these two. It's quite laggy. Chris was hosting this one. Plus we'd only just had a game update, which always makes life entertaining. Right, into turn 1. Oh, actually officially used turn 2. Turn 1 doesn't really count. Porsche ahead of the BMW. Look from the rear, and we can see his Pat as we go from the roof. Pat's jumping around, doesn't look particularly smooth. Oh, managing to keep pace there, Pat, even though he had half the car on the sand. Can he have a go? Let's have a look from the roof. Let's go on board with Pat. Can he have a go into the tricky left-hand turn 5? He's going to make a move. Is Carly going to defend into this very, very, probably one of the trickiest corners on the game? Carly defending well as we come up the hill into the corkscrew. Is Pat going to make a move? Oh, that was late. He managed to get it stopped. He's going to try to get on the inside. So not only did he get it stopped, but he almost had a move on there, but not quite. Right, so let's have a look. Mike is still leading. He's got his soft, but it's starting to wear. Look at the difference. Chris has just done the fastest lap of the race, 27.7. Mike did a 29.1, so Chris has come out at the second half a lap. And look at the difference in tyre wear. That Alpha is amazing on its tyres. Right, Chris just set his PB as well, only 3 tenths off Little's GP, but again his tyres are starting to go. He's on a stellar first sector though, purple by almost 3 tenths. So in 4th then we have the Corvette. How's his tyres doing? His front right isn't looking too great either. Matt's isn't looking too stellar, but slightly better than the Corvette. So as I say, most drivers it's their first time out in these cars. Let's see what's going on here. And Chris is definitely catching that Ferrari. There you go, you can see him shot now. You come down the corkscrew, as I say, it's a 15-minute race, which will probably be about 11 laps. Yeah, probably might get 4 from here. So Mike is doing a great job. Driver under instruction, he says, well, he's doing a pretty good job of leading. Showing Chris how to drive at the moment, but will he continue that? He's just done another 29.1, so very consistent. But Chris is also very consistent. Done 2 laps, within 200ths of each other. And he's gaining a second and a half a lap. Let's just quickly see what's going on behind. Chris looks like he's on his own, but his tyres are starting to melt a bit. His front right's not looking great, and neither is Alex's. Matt is looking a bit better. Any other battles going on here? Skips are in 6th, Dan in 7th, 8th. We've got no, not too many battles. So let's have a look. So here we go. That's a good time to jump back to the leaders. Chris is all over the back of Mike. Is he going to make a move up the hill into turn 6? I think he is. Look at that. That's a lovely move. Got a nice run coming out. Is Mike going to have a look to make a move back as we come to the corkscrew? It's a very hard place to pass. It's got some speed, that throw. Look at that. It really did pull up the hill. All right, let's go back and watch that move from Chris. I think he just got a better run coming out of turn 5. Let's have a look. Yeah, just gets a nice, it's quick up the hill, Alpha. It just pulls us alongside. And as we go on board with Chris, and behind us we see a Ferrari. So very nicely done. Chris now takes the lead. As we saw this, the other Chris is in a pretty safe 3rd now. And we've got Alex still, we've got the close attentions of that, or a bit of lag there. Come down the corkscrew. Sam's doing a good job in 6th. He's about to run out of front right hand tyre. That's not going to make too many more laps, and we've probably got another 3 to go, I would say. Certainly 2, yeah, probably 2 for him. So he's going to have to do at least 2 laps with not much front. So we'll keep an eye on this battle, because Dan has also, this track is pretty hard on the front right, as you can see. Dan's tyres aren't looking that great either, but they're certainly better than Sam's in front. Wayne's looking pretty good on tyres. Can he do anything about Dan? Then we've got James there in the Lambo. I'm wondering if that livery didn't load. I have to check. These things struggle with liveries. There's Carly, his livery is definitely loaded. In 10th place, it seems to have shaken off the attentions of Pat in the BMW. So Carly's on mediums. Decided we couldn't get the softs to last. Pat's on mediums as well, but he's really chewing his front. And Pat is revving it to halfway. Pat, don't even light the LED up. Honestly, it's quicker. Alright, there's Silver Star in the Scooby. Right, so to the front, Chris is still flying, and I'm not surprised because his tyres look amazing. His right rear isn't even halfway worn, whereas you look at the rest of the tyres, Alpha's always very good on its tyres. Mike though is doing a great job in 2nd. He's got a huge gap now to 3rd. Chris is also about to run out of tyre. So is Alex. I think they'll be pleased to know they've only got 1 lap left. Alex has got Matt right behind him. Matt has still got some tyres left. I don't think there's too much going on behind. Let's have a quick look. Sam's on his own. Dan's on his own. Wayne's on his own. Alright, so let's concentrate on this battle. So Matt trying to make a move down the inside of Alex. Knocked Alex wide, so backed off a little bit and waited for him. I think Alex's early braking caught Matt out a little bit because Alex's tyres are pretty much gone. They've both got about a lap to do. Yeah, 1 lap. So can Alex make his tyres last and keep that 4th place? I think we've got the top of the podium is pretty well sorted. Chris is coming into the corkscrew now. Might even get an extra lap, possibly. Let's see. Silver Star going to let him through. Yeah, pulls over, lets him through. Yeah, so the top 2 might get an extra lap. So Chris is in 3rd. Up the hill we go. Battle for 4th. Looks like as long as Alex doesn't throw it off, but say he's right front is about to die. You can just see this sliverest of slivers of white left, but it's pretty much gone now. And let's see what Little's GP does. So Little's GP is going to get another lap. Is Mike going to get another lap? Yes, he does, bizarrely. The counter went over 15, but he got another lap. So Chris comes across the line, gets a cracking third to start. And Alex gets fourth in the Corvette. Matt gets fifth right behind him. Skipser gets a great sixth in the Aston, so a good start from him. Dan seventh in the Nissan. Wayne gets eighth. James gets ninth. He was doing pretty well there at the end. I think he was pretty much last. Here comes Carly. Right, let's see what's going on between the leaders. Is Chris close enough to be caught by Mike? I don't think so. Right, Carly's going to come across the line. Finish 10th. There we go. Here comes the Porsche. And where is Pat? Is going to come across the line in 11th. Pat say I'm getting better not revving the BMW. Took a bit of getting used to. Yes, it does indeed. And then Silver Star's getting out of the way of the two leaders. So across the line is oh, Chris has gone off. Chris has gone off. Chris has gone off in the penultimate corner. Does that give Mike a chance to try and catch him? Where is Chris? There is Chris. Chris has also got dust and all sorts of nasty Californian dirt on his tyres, but he manages to get to the line, so Chris gets the win to start off. Mike gets a good second. Look at that though, wow, Chris only just held on there. Didn't see that. His tyres were looking pretty good as well, so you can't even say what's the tyres. So Chris takes the first race of season 9. His RTR sponsored Alpha. So comes from the back, gets his Group 4 win, which he tends to do a lot. Then Mike gets a great second. So a good start for him back in the Ferrari. Chris gets third in the Jag. Alex gets fourth in the Corvette. Matt gets fifth in the Toyota. Sam gets sixth in the Aston. Dan gets seventh in the Nissan. Wayne gets eighth in the McLaren. James is ninth in the Lambo. Carly is 10th in the Porsche, Pat is 11th in the Beamer, and Jack gets 12th. So missing tonight was Daz in the Mercedes, and Spunkmeyer who's in the Renault. Right, there we go. So that was the Group 4s. Guys, like saying good race. Yes, it was a good race, and actually it wasn't too laggy either, which was good. Right, let's fire up the Group 3s. But I'm going to quickly see if I can just map my joystick, because I like doing my side views. This is where it's daft. Is it this one? Left stick. Let's change that to camera control. Hopefully that will work. Let's do right stick as well. Just make that right, let's see if that works. Hopefully it will. Please remind me to take that off, because that's caused me carnage in the past. Right, here we go then. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted my items, replays. Right, so Group 3s, the usual rules for Group 3s. We have the tyre allocation. So the drivers get a certain number of tyres. Right, hopefully that's got the liveries loaded. Let's just make sure they all are. Some are, some aren't. That one's okay, looks good. That looks good. Right, so as per usual, the drivers get a set number of tyres to choose from, which is unchanged from Season 8, which I will quickly go through, which I think is 7 sets of softs, 5 sets of mediums and 2 sets of hards, and the 5 mediums and 2 hards must be used during the season. They don't have to use all their softs, but they must use the hards. So that's in play as well. So we'll see different tyres from the different drivers. In fact, we'll have a quick run through. So it's the one change we've had from Season 8 is, rather than the full grid being reversed, so whoever was last in the Group 4s starting on pole and first in the Group 3s. It's now just the top 8 to reverse. So whoever finished 8th in the Group 4, so in this case it was Wayne, starts first. And then all the way down to Chris Pengelly, who won. He starts 8th, and then 9th place in the Group 4 starts in 9th in this race. If that makes sense. Hopefully it does. So basically we've got Wayne in the McLaren. He is on mediums. He will be at the front. Then Dan has chosen his softs. It looks like that livery hasn't properly loaded up, which is great. Then Sam is on mediums. He's in the Aston. And Matt is on mediums in the Toyota. We've got Alex. His livery hasn't loaded up again either. Let's just try that again. We do love GT7. Let's just try loading it up. Let's see if I can get it to work. Because the cars do look super. Let's just give that a minute. Ferrari hasn't loaded, I don't think. Let's try that now. Looks like they haven't all loaded, which is annoying. Silly game. Right, well, we'll just go with it. Right, so Wayne, as we said, he's on mediums. Dan is on softs. Sam is starting on mediums. Matt is starting on mediums. Alex is starting on softs, so we'll watch out for him in the Corvette. Chris, somewhere in the mix there on his Jag, in the silk cut Jag, which might remind you of the old Group C's from Jags from the 80s. He's in 6th, he's on softs. Mike, in a livery that hasn't worked, in his Ferrari, he's on mediums. Little's GP in his RTR Alpha, that's worked. He's on mediums. James, he's in the Aston again, hasn't worked, which is a shame because that was a cracking livery. He is on mediums. Carly, he's on mediums. Pat, his Eurovision Song Contest inspired livery, because that was on at the same time as this race, pretty much. He is on hard, so he's decided to get one of his hards out of the way, straight out of the box. So the 2 hards that the drivers have to use, and there's the other rule that you can use of softs and mediums. You can use up to 2 compounds per race of each, but hards you can only use 1. So you can only use 1 of your 2 sets of hards per race. As we explained, I think previously, that stops people who are having a bit of a bad race thinking, right, I'm just going to use my 2 sets of hards and get them out of the way. So there's going to be 2 races where every driver has to use a set of hards. So Pat's getting rid of his early doors. And Jack, he finished last. He finished 12th, so he's on mediums. Right. Hopefully my joystick's going to work. So Wayne will take us across the line. Yeah, look at that. We have a joystick back. Excellent. Right, here we go then. So it's 23 laps of Laguna Seca in the Group 3s. Rolling start as per usual, so should space the field out a little bit as we go into turn 2 for the first time. Wayne takes the seeing, runs a little bit deep, but he's managed to keep the lead just about down, thinks about cutting inside, but Sam's into 3rd, or Matt's up to 4th. But, oh, look at this, we've got a bit of lag going on, but it looks like the Corvette and the Jag are trying to get down the inside of Matt, but don't quite make it. We'll keep it on the tyres, because say Chris and Alex are both on soft, Matt's on medium, so already Matt is under attack and having to defend as we come into the uphill turn 5. He's under attack from the Jag. Chris is ahead of him, and then Alex, so as we go up the hill, let's just watch me go into the frightening turn 6. Everyone seems to have got through that okay. Up the front, then we've got Mike in 7th, Chris in 8th, so it looks like everyone's pretty much stayed where they are. James is in 9th, Carly's in 10th, Silverstar's gained a position on Pat, so that's the one change. So down through the corkscrew we go. Wayne is leading, but we've got, looks like Sam is being attacked by Dan. In fact, no, Sam has passed Dan. So Sam is flying tonight, up to 2nd in the Aston. He's on mediums as well, so he's managed to dispose of the soft clad Nissan already. And then we've got, look at this, we've got Matt having to defend from Chris. We come down the hill. Let's go on board with the Jag. Try and make a move down the outside of the Toyota, but the Toyota's gone a bit wide, so that lets the Jag through. Although a bit of a panel bash there from the Corvette as well. So Matt, from a small mistake going wide, has lost 2 positions now. But they're both on softs. Mike is still in 7th in his mediums, and 8th is Chris. So, oh, who's that gone wide? That was Wayne, went a little bit wide, so the Dan has managed to get through, but Skipster now leads, but Dan has now taken the lead back again. Look at this. This is crazy racing. Look at this. We've now got 3 abreast pretty much. We come up the hill. Chris is leading. Oh, he gets a little bit tap. I think he's gone wide. He's gone off, and Alex is waiting for him. So Alex obviously fell there. That maybe he touched. Oh, Jag has spun as well. So Alex is now sitting waiting. They've got yellow flags. That's very good of Alex. Let's have a quick look, see what happened there if we can. Let's go on board with Matt, see what happens from Matt. We go into turn 6. Oh yeah, it's just a little knock from Wayne that taps Alex into Chris. Unfortunately, Chris then loses it coming out of the gravel. So Matt has benefited up to 3rd. Wayne is 4th. Now, so there was a lot of lag. Might have felt that wasn't his fault, but that one will be referred to the stewards. And we've got Mike has now got the attention, so we've got an all-Italian battle for 5th going on. Both on mediums. It's a real shame that Ferrari hasn't got his livery. Oh, who's that going wide? So Skipster went wide, so Dan has now taken the lead. So look at this. Lost count. I mean, lead changes red already. We're only into lap 3. But Dan leads in the Nissan now on the softs. There's Sam, he's got Matt right behind him, so Sam is on mediums. Look at this, that top 6 all in one shot. Can Dan hold off? Let's go on board with Dan. So we've got the Toyota right behind us, and we've got the Nissan right in front of us. So this is what we can see from the roof can. Top 6 line of sterns, we go up the hill. Devilishly tricky. Turn in too early, you'll hit that sausage curb. Turn in too late, you end up on the beach. Oh, right. Always go one too far. Right, so there's nothing going on at this lot. Let's see what's going on behind. Any battles? There's Silverstone's up to 9th now, so Jack's had a good start. He was 12th, he's up to 9th. Obviously with Chris and Alex holding themselves up, unfortunately. Actually, yeah, Alex has worked, so that's a good delivery. That one's back. Oh, so it looks like Silverstar got the corkscrew wrong. He's back down to 11th, and Pat with a very nice delivery. I didn't really notice how nice his delivery was. Okay, what was the yellow flag? Why is there a yellow flag? Who is that? Can't tell. Oh, someone's gone off. Who's gone off? Oh, it's Sam! Sam's gone. He was doing so well as well. Must have spun coming out last corner. And we've got Alex trying to attack Chris now as we go into turn 2. So it's turn 1 really. Turn 1's really a kink. Chris protects the inside, so he's lagging a bit, which is not very nice. Oh, that was going up here. So Matt has been disposed by. Let's see what happened there. Why is Matt? What happened to Matt there? Ah, right, yeah. So here we go. So Sam gets sideways and hits Matt, and that allows the Ferrari and probably the Alpha to get a run on Matt. Is Chris going to make a move down the inside? Matt's squeezing him. They come down the hill, braking very late, the pair of them. Look at that, Chris brakes a little bit too late. Looks like they're fighting as they come out. Oh, Matt's getting his elbows out. So Matt has lost a position, but it could have been 2 there. Matt and Chris having a good old scrap there. Alright, so Dan is leading, and he's managed to pull a bit of a gap as well now. Softs are doing pretty well. I'll be interested to see what strategy they play here. Wayne is back up to 2nd. So yeah, he's had so Matt being pushed out by Sam. Wayne's benefit up the 2nd. He's got Mike behind there. Look at this. Let's go on board with Chris as we come into the corkscrew. Very hard to pass into this corner. See, we drop down. can almost get weightless for a couple of seconds. It looks like Matt is now trying to chase the Ferrari, and Chris is going to try and make a move. No, Matt's defending the inside. Look at this cracking battle for third now. Chris is going to make a look down the inside, and Matt, oh, he gets him, but I think, does he tap the Ferrari? I think he might have. Let's go on board with Matt. Oh, he's got past, so Chris has a move down the inside of the Ferrari. I think he ran a little bit wide, and that's allowing Matt now to attack the Ferrari. Is Mike going to make a move as we go into turn 2? Mike gives him room, which is super noble. So Matt is up to third again. Dan is still leading. Let's see what else we go. Look at this scrap going on here. So now Little's GP has now got past Mike as well. So Mike has dropped down to 2 places in the space of 2 corners. It shows how competitive this season is. Oh, that was running wide. This series is that you can lose that one place in one corner, get pushed wide, then you lose another. James is doing well. Look at James in the Lamborghini. He's flying at the moment. I see he's on medium sport. That's sounding a bit squirrely, that did. Carly is in 8th. Got the recovering Sam right behind in 9th. And the same recovering Alex in 10th. Silver Stars in 11th. And Pat, just getting grips to that BMW, is in 12th. Back to the front we go though. And Dan is not shaking off that McLaren. So Wayne in the McLaren is doing a sterling job. Let's see what his lap time is. Does his PB at 24.6. Dan on his softs at 25.3. So Wayne is catching leader by 6-7 tenths a second, and he's on mediums and Dan's on softs. What's Matt doing? So Matt's going to the 24s, just done 24.3. Slightly quicker than McLaren, but not much. And very similar to the Alpha behind, who's on a PB. Mike is a little bit off. Obviously he had that lap where he was nerfed down a bit. He's also on a purple. That's James doing 25s. Chris recovering has done a low 23, so he's flying on his softs. We've ruined that incident a couple of laps ago. Trying to make use of those softs in the Jag. Skipster, so Skipster, oh, he's gone wide. That's going to give Carly a chance. The Skipster goes wide as we go through turn 6. Oh, and then Fishtails, and then we've got Alex. He's attacking Carly as we come through the corkscrew. See how annoying it is with the skipping. PD shuffle, which always happens after an update. The game's over 2 years old now. You think they'd sort this out? Alright, so Alex is on the back of the Porsche. But if we go to the front, and Wayne's taking the lead. How has Wayne taken the lead? Let's see what happened there. We come down from the corkscrew into turn 9. Oh, a little bit of a nudge there. Does he go on the outside? Yes, he does. What a move that was through turn 10. Dan's fighting it as we come into the last corner hairpin. So Wayne does a nice move, taking the lead. His medium shod McLaren. So, end of lap 6. We're already 8 minutes through the race, and we got Wayne leading from Dan, who's right behind him. Is he going to make a move into turn 1? Wayne closes it off. Matt is in 3rd. Little's GP is in 4th, and Mike's in 5th. Look at this, the top 5 are all in shot, and James and Chris aren't that far behind either. There's a bit of a gap to Carly, who's got the attentions of the Chevy. Let's go on board with the Chevy. Oh, we got some changes going on. Let's go back. What's going on here? Oh, Dan just runs a little bit wide going into turn 3. That allows Matt to pounce, and Little's GP as well is up to 3rd. So as I say, the margins are so tight. Dan ran a little bit wide, and he's not going to be attacked by Mike as well. It's so close. And Mike is through as well. Oh, I see it's horribly skibby, but went a bit wide coming out of turn 5. Dan's back in front. And Chris, he's all over the back of that Toyota. He still can't find a way past. Let's go from the roof of the Toyota as we come into the corkscrew. Look at that. We've been pushed along by the Alpha as we come down the hill. Look at that, that's a great view. Hear the tyres squeal. What's going on here? So Dan, Mike and James and Chris, look at this, the top 7 are all within shot. This is amazingly close. So, end of lap 7 we go. Wayne is leading us across the line. Looks like Chris and James having a bit of a skirmish at the last corner. So into lap 8 we go. Let's have a look at how the tyres are doing. Wayne leads us nicely as well. So Wayne's McLaren's doing well on his tyres. Matt's doing pretty good. Chris's front's looking good. Rear's starting to wear a little bit. Dan's pretty even. Mike's wearing his rears a little bit, as we expect from the Ferrari. Chris's front right is starting to look a bit worn. You probably want to get that as far as you can. So all the drivers, I'm sure, will be trying to one-stop this one. It's a very long pit lane, bizarrely, on this track. Pit lane loss in terms of time is quite long. So look, oh, we got Carly, we've got Silver Star, we got Skipster. Oh, we're trying to get into turn 5 together. And it looks like, oh no, Silver Star's again been spun round again. It's, I think, a lag issue. Oh, it's so close as we go up the hill. So Sam's managed to get up to 8th. Carly's in 9th and Alex is in 10th. So having a very, very exciting race in the Corvette. Goes a bit wide into the corkscrew. That gives Carly a bit of a breathing space. Jack again being very unlucky. Weird lobby shuffle contact. He's victim of that again. And there's Pat chasing him down. Right, so Matt has taken the lead. Did we see that? How did Matt take the lead? That was a while ago. Oh, so Wayne went wide coming out of turn 6 again. Unfortunately did that in the Group 4s as well. So Matt is now leading. And he's got Chris all over the back of him. Chris is setting a purple. Alex has got the fastest lap at the moment of a 23.1. Chris is all over the back of that Toyota. They come into the last corner, and then we've got this battle going on for 3rd as well. Look at this. Dan's in 4th, Mike's in 5th, and Chris is in 6th. Let's have a look at the front. Is there anything going on? So into lap 9 we go. Matt has got Chris right behind him. Chris is going to make a move into the first corner. No, he doesn't. Matt covers the inside. Chris is right behind him, and let's go. Look at this. Oh, Wade's been attacked by Dan. And then we've got Mike and Chris fighting as well. Where to look at the moment. Matt has still got the attentions of the Alpha right behind him. Into turn 4 we go. Is there anything going on ahead? No, it looks like Chris is still right behind the Toyota. We go in, follow the drone shot into turn 5. James is in. Oh, what's happened to Chris? Chris must have spun. So Chris has dropped down to 7th. So that's put James up to, he's on his mediums as well. So James having a great race in the Lambo. Up the hill. Let's see what's going on with the leaders. Look at that. Chris is still glued to the back of that Toyota. Cascade down the hill. Trying to avoid that sausage curve on the inside of the apex. Matt's just done his fastest of a 23.6. So those mediums are starting to come in their own now. Only 3 or 4 tenths off the fastest lap. Through the last corner we go. Chris hot on his heels. Wayne is still doing a fabulous job in 3rd. Or Mike, I think Mike has got past Dan maybe. He has. Not the keep track exchanges. So those 3 have split up a little bit. And James is now being chased down by Chris. There's Sam coming out last corner in the Aston. Carly trying to chase him down. Bit of a gap between those guys. It looks like Alex has also had a bit of a drama. His front right is not looking good at all. Silver Star's trying to close him down. His mediums look pretty good. And then Pat comes across the line, not that far behind either. What's he just done? He's just done a 25.6. Pretty much the same. So at the front we go again. 2 leaders, still nose to tail. Chris must be fed up of seeing Casio Won't make him go and buy an 80 to watch after this one, I am sure. God, come down the corkscrew. Some of Matt's tyres are looking pretty good actually in comparison. Toyota's lighter on its tyres, obviously. Anything doing between these guys? Come down the hill. Oh, we got a battle. It looks like Chris has got past James, so maybe James had a little bit of a sand trip going through the corkscrew. So Chris is now up to 6th, but his front right is not looking great. He'll probably have to pit in next. Oh, James is in. James has decided to come in after lap 10, so it'll be interesting what he puts on. Skipser carries on. Carly carries on. Not a while to go yet, we're mediums. Oh, Alex is in as well, and his front right is also dead. The Corvette is tuning its tyres up a little bit. Silverstar is also carrying on. Pat is as well. So look at this. For the leaders again, and we've still got Matt with an absolute bootful of a Alpha as we go up the hill. What can Chris do? It's not that easy to pass on this track. There's only one real obvious pass in place, and if you get a good run out the last corner, even that's hard. Down the corkscrew we come. No, I don't know what's going on as a load of cars come through. He's a bit behind, so will Chris decide to do an undercut? Yes, he will. There we go. Into the pits he comes, end of lap 11, so he's going to try and do his 11 and 12. We'll see what tyres he puts on. Matt carries on. His fuel's looking alright. Chris is actually looking pretty good as well. We've got this battle for third going on with Wayne, Mike and Dan. Wayne's fuel not looking too brilliant, but it's pretty much the same as the Ferraris. Dan's is looking better, so we'll see if Dan can get an undercut here by taking on less fuel. Chris is doing another lap amazingly, even though his front right is about to die. So where's Little's GP? It hasn't started moving yet. We'll see what he puts on his car. Whoever does Chris's liveries does a very good job. That's very nice. Right, so he's going to come out probably just in front of Jack. It's showing Jack as ahead. He's going to get... Oh, Chris is going to be closer. Jack is ahead, so Chris will be a bit annoyed by that, I'm sure. He's in a battle with Matt, and he wants to get the... put in a screamer of an outlap to try and get the undercut, and he's got Jack right in front of him. He'll want to dispatch him as quickly as he can. Runs a little bit wide. Can he get past that Scooby? Carly's up to 7th now in the Porsche, but let's see what Chris can do to get past that Scooby. He's got to get done quickly to make good use of those fresh tyres. Oh, he's gone wide. Trying to get around the outside, there's no room there. Let's see what's going on. So Chris is in. So Chris has decided to get rid of that very, very knackered front right, and I don't blame him. Matt is carrying on. His medium's looking okay. So lap 13, so he's over halfway. Wayne's just done his PB. Look at that, he's done 23.8, which is actually quicker than the leader. So Wayne is flying on those mediums. Looking very nice. What's Mike doing? Oh, that Wayne going off. No, he's alright. Mike has done a 25.3, so had a bit of a venture that lap. And Dan's just done his PB of a 24.7. That shows you how quick that McLaren is going. I think he's saying, I blame the pit crew. What do you blame the pit crew for? They're ridiculously long tyre change times. Right, there's Matt, still leading. On the PB as well, so the mediums are hanging on. Wayne's not that far behind. What have we got? We've got a battle, and Mike has got Dan behind him. Let's go on board with Dan. So Matt is in. Right, we'll see where that shakes out in relation to Chris. So Ferrari comes in, Dan stays out. Deciding to take the... Oh, he's so soft. This sounds good on his tyres. Dan driving it, he's managed to make those softs last just as long as most people have made their mediums. Very impressive. So Matt is in. You can see that hugely long pit lane. What is Matt putting on? We didn't check what Chris has got medium, so Chris has decided to double medium. Mike is also in. Right, where's Matt? There he is. Oh, Matt is starting to roll. Where's Chris? Chris is just coming across the start line. Matt is coming down the pit lane. Where is Chris in relation to Matt? They were nose to tail before the stops. Looks like Matt has got it. Oh, he's got it, but he's come out behind the Porsche. He has. Carly's jumped the former teammates. Matt will want to get past the Porsche as quickly as possible because he's got Chris right behind him. So Chris hasn't really lost out too much. They've come out nose to tail again. Is Matt going to get the job done? I think he has. He's up to 4th. And Matt has gone with softs. So Matt has decided to try and roll the dice. And while Carly has now got the Alpha right behind, Chris is trying to pass as they go up the hill. This is a tricky corner. They both go off. They both go wide. Oh, Carly and Chris both go off. Is that going to give Mike a chance? No, he's a little bit behind. Right, trying to make the rest of the race with no coke. Right, Danny's in. So Nissan, look at that, he got to lap 14 on his tyres. They were still looking pretty good. We will keep an eye on that for the rest of the season. That Nissan is legendarily good on its tyres. A bit battle worn. Sam is also in, getting rid of his mediums. Look at that. So Dan's softs were in better shape than Sam's mediums. So in comes Sam, showing P5. Carly's in now, shaking out the Porsche. Out comes Dan. Who was he racing? He was racing Mike, wasn't he? So Mike passes him. Dan's got the shorter line. Look at that. Here we go. Who's going to get it? It's going to be super close. Mike has just got it. And Chris as well is going to try and get past Dan. So Chris is on the... So Chris has decided to use 2 of his softs already. So he's double soft in this race. Dan is on mediums. Right, so can Chris do anything about that Nissan? Yes, he can. There he goes. So Dan down to 6 his mediums. Wayne now. Wayne is pitting. He decided to run his mediums till he's pretty much out of fuel. That's going to probably put Matt into the lead, I would think. More chat. Yeah, Wayne's just changed his tyres as Matt comes down the pit straight. So Matt has now got a decent lead and just does the fastest lap of the race in his softs. Gone lit up, he's into the 21s. That compares to Chris did a 24, but obviously I think he went off that lap. Where is Wayne going to come out? I think he might get the jump on Mike. Mike's on softs, Wayne's on softs. Coming out the pits, yeah, it looks like he has. Let's see how this shakes out. Look at these 3 are going to be together. So Mike, oh, don't put a wheel over there, Wayne. We've got the Jag just behind us. Go through. Oh, they're both hanging out. Wayne's tyres are a little bit cold, so he gets his softs up to speed. And we've got a Jag right behind us as well. Let's come about that because it makes us feel a bit sick. Right, is Chris going to make a move as we go up the hill? Look at that, they're all throwing up the sand. I'm afraid to get their tyres dirty. Into the corkscrew we go. We're already on lap 16. This race has flown past. Wayne will be pleased about this. These two are having a bit of a scrap. Hopefully we'll give them a chance to get away. Alright, see what's going on. So Dan is now a little bit alone in 6th. Sam is in 7th. What's he doing? He's on his softs. He's on a first flying lap. Oh, Alex getting used to the Corvette. He's gone softs as well, so Alex is doing another 2 soft race as well. James in his Lambo was doing really well, must have a couple of little offs, which is easily done. He's in 9th. He's got a bit of a gap to Silver Star, who's in 10th. Carly's come out on softs in 11th. So both on softs, and Jackson's done his PB. And we got Pat singing in the BMW. Right, Matt has just done a 21.3 now, so really starting to light up the times. He's on softs, and he's got a pretty decent lead now over Chris on mediums. Wayne's still doing a fine job, and as I said, he's managed to pull away a little bit. And look at this, the Mike's run a bit wide. As we come up the hill into the corkscrew, that gives the Jag a run. So Chris moves himself up to 4th, but runs a bit deep as we go through. Just about keeps it out of the gravel. That's going to give Mike a chance. We come down, we can see the sun setting now over California. Can he do anything about the Jag? They're both on mediums. I think Wayne up. No, I think Wayne's. Sorry, both on mediums. Both on softs. I think Wayne is as well. It's Wayne on soft. Yeah, so all on softs. So I think this is the closest battle. We've got any other battles going on? No, I think this is the closest battle we've got. Can Wayne hang on to a podium? I don't think he's had a podium in the Group 3s. Interesting enough, actually, he hasn't beaten his best lap on mediums yet. I think he says, I've asked him, he only has Pepsi, I'm afraid. That'll do, I don't mind. I don't mind which fizzy drink I drink, apart from Red Bull. Drink that by the gallon, not anymore. Right, here we are. So Matt is still leading. Comfortable lead now. Made the switch to softs. Tyres looking good, fuel looking good. Chris is also pretty comfortable on mediums. So he decided to use 2 sets of mediums, so not touching his softs yet. Maybe trying to save it for later in the season. Although it just does PB as well, so he's done a 22.4, so he's lapping some pretty quick lap times, which is only, well, a tenth or so off the soft-clad Toyota in front of him. As we all know by now, the tyre rules are such that if you win on the night, so if you get the best score taking qualifying, the Group 4 and the Group 3 races all combined, you lose 2 of your sets of softs you've got in the allocation, and they're switched to mediums. And I might run out of juice on my laptop, which would be not great. If you come 2nd or 3rd on the night, you lose 1 set of softs for a set of mediums. So what he tries to do, he tries to sort of even the drivers up a little bit in terms of tyres left, and towards the end of the season, so towards the end of the 6 races we have Group 3s and Group 4s, then the drivers who've been winning up at the start of the season start to get a little bit handicapped, but they don't have any softs left. So it usually shakes up the order a little bit, certainly at the last race or 2, which is usually the oval. So we'll see how that pans out. So Chris is in 2nd, and we've still got this battle going on now. Wayne is being caught by Chris. Looks like Mike has dropped off a little bit. But what can Chris do about Wayne? We've only got 4 laps to go now. We've done 19 tortuous laps around Laguna Seca. As you can see by the track, it's either got sausage curbs on the apexes or sand on the outside, and Wayne again dipping the wheel. Again dipping the wheel. Oh no! Wayne has gone. He was doing so well, but I would have to say he was risking it. He was dipping wheels off the track and onto the dirt a lot. Finally bit him, but he's still in 5th. That's still a very good result. How far behind is Skipster? So he's a little bit way off him. So I think Wayne will be alright as long as he manages to stay on the track. Skipster is doing a good job again in 6th. I think he had a good first race as well. So he's in 6th. He's actually passed Dan. I think Dan was in 6th. Dan's dropped out to 7th. Alex is trying to make his way back up, and again he's right front. He's not looking great. He's got a lot of fuel as well. I think he might possibly overfuel, maybe not. So he's Alex to get caught by his teammate. So Alex and James are teammates this season. Let's see what happens there. So Jack is in 10th, and Carly is 11th. Anything going on there? Not hugely. Matt is now halfway around his 21st lap. Let's see if there's any battles. He's well ahead now of Chris. And then there's the other Chris in 3rd. Started off a bit sketchy this race for him, but he's back up to 3rd now. That's a good recovery. He's using double softs in this one, so he wants to get a decent score from using 2 of his 7 softs. And Mike has now got up to 4th. He's just done his personal best of 23.0 as I compare against Chris. So still a few tenths off Chris though. There is Wayne in 5th after his little off. We'll see what goes on. Sam, look at Sam, that's consistency. Look at that, lap 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well actually, sorry, 17, 18, 19, 20, all within a tenth. So Sam's getting into the groove in his Aston. Getting his Madonna on. There's Dan, who's also done his PB. So it looks a bit spread out now. I don't think there's too many battles going on. Yeah, a little bit spread out. Right, so let's go on board with Matt, shall we? Let's have a lap of Laguna Seca. In fact, we'll come off and we'll do it properly. Anyone else to follow? Well, Chris's fuel light is flashing a bit. Actually says Matt's. Pushing the fuel, maximising or minimising the amount of fuel they have to be carrying around the lap, which is good for lap time, good for tyre wear. You want to keep the car as light as possible. I do like the silk cut. Everyone likes the silk cut Jag. So from the mid to late 80s, he's just coming up to Pat, who courteously moves out the way. Right, so Matt, into his final lap he goes. Through turn 2, a healthy lead. Oh, we've got a bit of a gap. What's going on here? Oh, that's Chris lapping. I don't think we've got any other battles. No, all quite spaced out. Sam's doing a good job though. He's catching that McLaren. What's the McLaren do? 23.0, 23.5, so nothing going on there. Right, so let's watch. We come up the hill into turn 6 for the final time. All that's left now is just to negotiate the corkscrew. Let's watch we go down the hill. Make sure you don't clip too much of the apex as we come down. Into the banked, I think, turn 9. And then similarly a banked turn 10. The Casio Toyota. I think Matt won the first round, the Group 3 in the first round of Season 8 as well. So, repeating that, Matt comes across the line to take the first Group 3 win of the year. And there he goes. And Chris is going to follow up his win in the Group 3s, in the Group 4, sorry, with a second in the Group 3s to take the night win. So, good drive there from Chris. Gets second, and then the other Chris gets third in the Jag. Good recovery, very good recovery considering he was way down for a long time. So Mike there is only just going to get fourth. Was he quite pleased with that, along with his second. Wayne gets fifth. I think then the stewards credit him with fault on that first couple of laps, so Wayne actually dropped down a couple of spots. Sam gets sixth and actually finishes fifth. And Dan finishes 7th, so I think actually Wayne finished 7th at the end, which is a shame after such a good drive. But Dan gets 7th, and across the line comes Alex in 8th. Look at that, he's front right, absolutely dead. And here comes James, coming across 9th in the Lambo. And there we go. Silver Star is going to come across 10th because Pat has just finished. So here comes Silver Star, who actually, managed to finish ahead of Carly, so he gets 10th. And here comes the Porsche, so Carly gets 11th across the line. There we go. So that was round 1 of season 9. The Group 3 feature race. So Matt takes it in the Toyota. Second was Chris in his Alpha. Third was the other Chris in his Jag. Then we have Mike and the Ferrari. Wayne, so finishing 5th on the road, but I think it was actually 7th in the end because of his 10-second penalty. He finishes 7th on the results, so that gives Sam 5th. And I think Dan got 6th as well. I'll have to check the results. Right, 8th was Alex in the Corvette. 9th was James in the Lambo. 10th was Jack in the Scooby. In the Porsche was Carly in 11th, and then Pat in 12th. So there we have it. That was round 1 of season 9. Round 2. I'm trying to think where round 2 was now. Round 3 was round 2, I think, was Red Bull Ring. So we've got that to look forward to. That's already run as well. So we've actually done 3 rounds so far. 4th round is tomorrow night. So I will broadcast that round 2 as soon as I can. The Red Bull Ring, where there could be rain. There could be rain. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. And we will see you very soon for round 2. Hopefully no red flags this time. Cheers everyone. Catch you later.